Hi, this is Dale Janota with School Board Support Services. I've been on this earth for over 70 years and I still have a tremendous need to feel productive. So I'm going to show you how your teacher salary and benefits compare within your county. So I got your county data right here. I'm going to load in your county data. I have 917 schools in this study, but normally people want to know how they compare with the county. Now I use 2019-20 data, and I don't think anybody has that except me. And then if you're not settled yet, I take your most current data. So what I do is I developed, and I did this in 1984, I do what I call a 26-year earning power approach to teacher salary schedules, where I define the value of your schedule with one number over a 26-year period. I start a teacher at your BA 30 starting salary, walk them through your structure, defining the value of your pay plan with one number. It tells you what the teacher can anticipate on making over a long period of time, and it also shows you what it's going to cost the district. And there you can see your county average. Now I'm going to look at Coast Unified, and the reason I'm using that one is because I'm still using old data. They're not settled yet for this year. So anyway, I look at Coast, their earning power, $1,983,000. They're about $120,000 above the county average, 6% above average, and they rank third in the county. Then I isolate the biggest number with the BA 30 starting salary, and that's with the credential. And there we can see where they're at today. 4.7% above, and they have the highest base in your county. Then I look at the biggest number with the BA 45. Now, the reason I pick that number is because nationally, BA 45 semester units tends to be the most a teacher can make without a master's degree. Now, it's not true in California, but it's still a decent benchmark. Now, when I say the biggest number, if you have a schedule that goes on forever, like there are some that go on to step 40, I'll just stop it at step 26 and footnote it accordingly. And I do the same thing with the top salary on the schedule, including your master's stipend. I do not put the PhD in it. So I want to be as objective as I can be when I look at salaries. I used to bargain professionally, so I always wanted to make sure that I was well prepared. And I think this will really prepare a lot of people. Okay, and then I look at benefits. See, now this is salary only. Now you'd think you had enough time to look at your numbers. You see who's number one pretty easily there, don't you? And when I look at benefits, I'm going to go to benefits here. Okay, health, dental, vision, life, disability, how much you pay for single, how much you pay for family, and then I have the number of contract days, and then also your student-teacher ratio. When I look at student-teacher ratio, that opens up some eyes because that changes things a lot. Anyway, then I take the benefits, I add it to the schedule, and do it all over again. So you can see how they turned out with salary and benefits together. I do it for family and also single because some people have a composite rate, some have a tier rate. Out of the 917 schools that's available to you in this study, it's about 50-50. So you can see there they rank number 3 overall based on family insurance. You can see where they're at with the entry-level pay with the BA 30. And you get to see all yours too, so so I'm going to try to go slowly so you can absorb it, but you can always hit the pause button too. Okay, and holy cow, that one there's right up there. Okay, that must be the 26 salary, I bet. Okay, and then the top salary, including the master's degree with benefits. Okay, and they rank 4th. Okay, then I do it with single insurance. I don't need to talk or read to you. Been doing this for 35 years, so sometimes I make assumptions that people understand what I'm doing here. 26, I get so many compliments on this, because I look at it in an objective way. I help people with their bargaining. I used to bargain professionally, but I gave it up. I'd rather do this. It's a lot more fun. Plus, boy, do I get a lot of thank yous. Just love doing this. Yeah, see, oh, there we go. That's why they're so high. They pay a lot for insurance. Okay, then I do it on a per diem basis. Now, the per diem used to be a big issue. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of deviation here. Back when you had the furlough days, that used to be a big issue. But you see, they're not settled yet. I'm using the most recent data. I'm going to show you how you can make proposals, and you can look at things based on any proposal you want to look at. Okay, then I do it on a per diem basis. There's not a whole lot of difference here because there's not much range in the per diem. It's pretty close to the same. Just let you go through this. I don't want to talk too much. I do stand-up comedy too once in a while. It's kind of fun to do. Okay, and then I do it based on single interest. But now I want to look at student-teacher ratio. There you might get there's a big difference here. Look at the big differences here. Because, you can't, you got to make a choice. And when I look at student-teacher ratio, I'm not looking at class size. What I do is I take a look at the number of students you have divided by the number of teachers, and I get a student-teacher ratio. And the easiest way to look at it would be like at the base pay. This is what the cost the teacher makes on a per student basis for an entry-level teacher with the BA 30. So you can see there's a fair difference here. And I don't get too concerned about this number because, there's a trade-off. If you can't do both. You can't give them class size and money both, and that's hard to do. And then I do it here again with all those other numbers. And then I do it with benefits as well. Naturally, this one's going to be high because they pay a lot for insurance. So you can see how you turned out here. I hope I'm not going too fast for you. But then you can always hit the pause button, so who cares? Okay, then I'm going to go back over here now. I just put in the county right now because of lack of knowledge. Everybody wants to compare with a different group. Like I said, I have 917 schools in here. You can put any group that you want here. Like if you want to put the people you play with or the people that you compete with, whatever you want to choose here, all you ever have to do is to put in the code numbers of the schools that you want in your report. I have my codes many different ways. Let's see how you compare to state average. There's your overall earning power. Based on the state, it's right there. I have my code numbers here in alphabetical order, so you can pick and choose the group that you want. And to make things really easy for you, I'm also have them sorted another way for you. I have them sorted like this. I have them, oops, there we go. Let's go back up here to the top. I have them sorted by the district type. Like if you're in elementary school and you want to know how you compare with all the elementary schools, I have all my code numbers here. If you want to do it if you want to pick a range based on the cost per student, which would also communicate the wealth of the district, that works. And then you have it sorted by enrollment, and then also the type of school, whether it's elementary, high school, or whatever. And then I just sorted it by enrollment, and then also by the cost per student. So you can automatically just pick those numbers up so you don't have to figure out who do I really want in there. Okay, but now I want to go back here about Coast Unified, okay? They're not settled yet. So let's say they want to know how they compare with, let's say they're going to give a 2.5% raise, and they're going to increase the benefits to $950 and $950. It does it for you. Because all you ever have to do, and it knows what to do because I stuck in their code number here, so that it automatically puts in their schedule, and now they can look to see how they compare based on the proposal that they have. Now, I'm not an advocate. I'd never advocate anything. I'm just looking at a proposal to see if I look at this, how are they going to compare if we do it this way? You can just keep going to the right, better go down a little bit further so you can see. Okay, and then I just go over here, and then as I go to the right further, you can see that changed to 950, that changed to 950. Everything was automatically calculated. This took me over a day to develop, I can tell you that, and then we're checking out proposal. Okay? So that's all you ever have to do. You can put any group in there you want. 917 schools in there, and it's all 2019-20 data. Now, there's still 240 schools that are using stale data. There's stale data. They're using old data. It's not stale because you don't have a new one. That was kind of a dumb remark I made, but still, I'm old. I get away with a lot of stuff. Anyway, so what you can do, I'm going to put back to zeros here. And then you can put in any schools that you want. You can do it however you want here. And what I charge for everything is $595. I think the day of four-digit comp studies is gone. Here's my phone number. There's my website. There's my email. There's my name. So if you want to check me out on my email, you can. Ignore the price on the email because when I don't do a whole state, I charge a whole lot more. But because I have so many people that like this, and there's no hurry to pay. If you need it now, fine. You can pay when we get back to the new normal. All you have to do is reply to this email, tell me you'll want it, and then I'll put you in there and I'll send it to you immediately. And I hope you enjoyed this because I love doing this and I feel productive doing this, and I hope I helped you out. And I thank you very much.